And a contributor for Classy Career Girls and Smart Girls Group is Shinjini. I said it correctly. Shinjini, yes. Shinjini. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Really, it's an honor and a pleasure.
Well, thank you. So, yeah, let's start off. What's the difference between a job and a career?
Great question, and I definitely want to preface it by saying that there's such a misconception because people think that they're the same, but they're not the same, right? So a job really is a paid work, right? It's temporary in nature, it's today. Whereas a career is more long-term focused, it's a long-term view, a continuous vision of where you see yourself going, depending on your passion, your talents, your skills, and your education.
Well, right now, we have a lot of new grads that are out there banging on the doors trying to get employed. What would be your advice for them? Should they be looking for just to get their foot in the door anywhere, or, you know, really starting?
On a personal front, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is also the reason that minorities such as myself have an equal chance to succeed in our great nation. I am a manifestation of his vision. Today, on January 9th, 2014, on my 22nd birthday, I want to reflect on my story so far with all of you. Born in India, I moved to Malaysia at age 5, and actually...
So here's a question for you. Do you find yourself daydreaming about things you would love to do? Or are you a go-getter? We're here to help answer all that, and with some great tips on how to become a true go-getter is a go-getter girl herself. Shinjini Das, welcome.
Hi, Geraldo. Thank you so much for having me. It really is a pleasure.
Oh, thanks for being on the show. So you know what? Let's get right to it. So tell me about it. So what is the difference between a dreamer and a go-getter? Tell me.
A dreamer is someone who has a lot of long-term and short-term goals and perhaps even a long-term vision. But I'll be honest, dreamers tend to think more than act. So my advice to all the dreamers out there is to create a concrete action plan starting today to convert those dreams into reality. So on the other hand, a go-getter is someone who really complements those dreams, ambitions, and goals with a concrete action plan with targeted dates of accomplishment for each of those goals so that this go-getter can really convert the dreams into reality. Again, my advice to go-getters is to actually take a step back and think about everything from a big picture perspective, because sometimes we get so caught up with trying to achieve,
Yes.
you know, we lose track of what's
It is an adventure, and I love the first step that we're going to talk about.
So this is kind of about learning science, right?
It's actually math. It's all math focused, and you know, I'm an engineer. I graduated as an industrial engineer, and I just cannot overemphasize the importance of mathematics. It is the underlying pinning for everything that we do, and so kids really need to get involved.
Except for journalism, we don't need that. So you build your own rocket, and it kind of uses real math and real.
Hi everybody, we are here with Shinjini Das. She is the go-getter girl, and we want to learn how to be go-getter girls as well. But this is something you kind of learned a thing or two about this along the way, huh?
Absolutely, Amber, and you are a go-getter girl.
Oh, well, yay. We try to be, But I mean, there's certain, I don't want to say certain rules, but certain characteristics that make us as women be go-getter girls?
Absolutely, there are 5 secrets of a go-getter girl.
5 secrets, okay.
And so the first secret is that go-getter girls believe that they will write some of the greatest stories ever written. This is confidence, this is chutzpah, this is us saying, we're doing it. We're doing it, and y'all are watching.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Daytime at 9. Are you a go-getter? Would you like to become one? We have got the secret, or at least our next guest does. She is a Huffington Post contributor, and her article, 5 Secrets of a Go-Getter Girl, has generated a global response. Please welcome motivational speaker Shinjini Das, everybody. Yay! When I was reading about you and your history and some of your credentials, I'm like, wow, how did we get her? Way to go, Daytime.
Thank you so
Thanks
much for having me. You're fabulous.
You're
fabulous. I'm so excited.
She was watching in the green room, and she basically thought we were a little kooky, but in a good way.
I love it.
But the opening there. All right, Miss Shinjini, we got to talk about the secrets of becoming a go-getter. You know, a lot of people, they're motivated, but maybe they want to become...
Welcome back to ABC 10 Mornings. There's a growing demand for kids interested in science, technology, engineering, and math, otherwise known as STEM. But the trick to getting your kids interested in those subjects can be kind of tough. We're joined now by Shinjini Das. She's an engineer and a public speaker, and you're here to give us some insight on why STEM is so important altogether.
Absolutely, Irene, and you said it. STEM is incredibly important, but it's hard to get kids interested, so we got to push them early on.
So, you know, there's always apps being developed
on how to be a go-getter millennial sparked global attention, and she actually joins me now right here in studio and will tell us more about exactly what it takes for your dreams to take off at any age. So, Shinjini, I have to ask you first off, what's the difference between a dreamer and a go-getter millennial, or anyone at any age?
Great question, Melissa. Really, a dreamer is someone who sort of lets life happen, whereas a go-getter is someone who really makes life happen. And I'm saying this because I myself have transitioned from a dreamer to a go-getter, so I can say that it's been an incredible experience, so rewarding, and really it gives life a new meaning.
Okay. I need to ask you though, is it okay as a millennial to daydream?
Absolutely, absolutely. No, it's totally fine to daydream, but my thing is just daydream with a plan, a little bit of a plan, because I think daydreaming without any sort of plan.
And welcome back to Talk of Alabama. Joining us now is Huffington Post contributor Shinjini Das. Her article, 5 Secrets of a Go-Getter Girl, generated a massive global response, and she's here today to share 6 ways that businesswomen can succeed. So welcome to you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. It really is a pleasure.
I'm glad you're here. You know, it's interesting because what do you think it's changed over the years? What do you think the modern day businesswoman looks like?
Absolutely. Well, the modern day businesswoman is incredibly skilled. She's very educated, and she is so confident about making an impact in business while also maintaining her core sense of values and inner strength of character.
And you've got some tips for everybody listening. Cannot stop playing with is Shinjini Das. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, Christiane. I'm so excited.
It's really interesting to me as we're looking at these because there's a very Harry Potter feel, which of course brings in the toys.
We're joined now by Shinjini Das. She's a business technology analyst and public speaker. Thank you so much for being here this morning. So there are a few different apps that you want to talk about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is so great because kids lose 2.6 months of material in the summer,
Welcome back to What She Said with Christine Bentley and Kate Wheeler.
Well, Shinjini Das is a powerhouse woman trailblazer, a Huffington Post contributor, a professional speaker, a media personality, and an engineer.
And not only that, she's a go-getter girl.
A go-getter girl. Shinjini, how are you?
Hi, Christine and Kate.
Are we pronouncing your name correctly?
Shinjini Das.
Yes. Shinjini Das. Okay, it's such a lovely name. Now, you know, you get invited to speak to groups all over the place, and you consider that a privilege.
Absolutely, it is the greatest privilege in the world because it is such an amazing impact, and that is never lost on me. So, for example, I was actually just in New York City this month. I was speaking to the Smart Girls group, it's called.